The Renaissance, spanning the 14th to 17th centuries, marked Europe's cultural and artistic flourishing. Emerging from the Middle Ages, it revived classical art, literature, and philosophy. Wealthy patrons like the Medici in Florence commissioned grand projects showcasing brilliant artists. The Renaissance spread throughout Europe, influencing artists in the Netherlands, Germany, and beyond. Its legacy is seen in the architecture, sculptures, and paintings that still inspire us today. Today, we continue to admire and draw inspiration from the masterpieces of this remarkable era. The Renaissance's influence endures, shaping our appreciation of art and culture. The Renaissance produced iconic artists like Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, and Botticelli, whose works still influence art today. Their innovations in perspective, anatomy, and composition revolutionized painting and sculpture. The Renaissance's emphasis on humanism and individualism profoundly impacted Western thought. Contemporary artists continue to draw inspiration from Renaissance masters. The Italian city-states, especially Florence, provided fertile ground for the Renaissance. Florence, under the Medici family, became a haven for artists, writers, and thinkers. The city's vibrant atmosphere fostered intellectual and artistic growth. This shift towards individual achievement and classical learning fueled the Renaissance. Florence's legacy in art and thought continues to inspire the world today. Humanism, placing humanity at the center, drove the Renaissance's achievements. Scholars rediscovered ancient texts, igniting a passion for classical learning. Artists incorporated Greek and Roman elements, advancing realism and technique. Classical architecture revival transformed Italy's urban landscape. Patronage was crucial for the Renaissance's artistic flourishing. Wealthy patrons like the Medici and the Catholic Church commissioned grand projects. Patronage fostered artistic competition and innovation. Artists tailored their work to meet patrons' demands, ensuring relevance. This dynamic relationship between artists and patrons shaped the course of art history. Renaissance ideals spread beyond Italy, influencing Europe. Trade, travel, and the printing press facilitated this diffusion. Artists like Albrecht Dürer incorporated Italian innovations into their work. The Northern Renaissance developed its own distinct flavor, emphasizing realism.
I, Leonardo da Vinci, embodied the Renaissance spirit of curiosity and innovation. My notebooks filled with sketches and inventions continue to astound. My mastery of multiple disciplines allowed me to create lifelike paintings. Despite unfinished projects, my genius remains boundless and influential.
The Mona Lisa embodies Leonardo's genius, captivating viewers for centuries. Her enigmatic smile and knowing glance add to the painting's mystique. Leonardo's use of sfumato creates a soft, ethereal effect. The Mona Lisa is a testament to human creativity and mystery. Michelangelo excelled in sculpture, painting, architecture, and poetry. His statue of David exemplifies his mastery of the human form. Michelangelo's frescoes in the Sistine Chapel are a testament to his vision. His art reflects his struggles with faith and the human condition. Michelangelo's legacy shaped Western art for centuries. His technical mastery and emotional intensity set new standards. Michelangelo was a visionary, capturing the essence of the human experience. His art remains compelling, reflecting his inner turmoil and brilliance.
I, Raphael, born in Urbino, Italy in 1483, I emerged as a shining star of the High Renaissance.
Known for his grace and charm, Raphael captured the beauty and harmony of the world around him. His serene Madonnas and graceful figures embodied the Renaissance ideal of beauty and balance.
My career flourished in Rome with prestigious commissions from Pope Julius II and Pope Leo X. I decorated the papal apartments in the Vatican, showcasing my artistic virtuosity on a grand scale.
The frescoes in the Stanza della Segnatura, including the School of Athens, are masterpieces of high Renaissance art. One of Raphael's most celebrated works, the School of Athens, adorns a wall of the Stanza della Segnatura in the Vatican. This grand fresco, painted between 1509 and 1511, encapsulates the spirit of the Renaissance, celebrating the rediscovery of classical knowledge and the power of human reason.
Imagine stepping into the Stanza della Segnatura and being confronted by this grand tableau, a veritable who's who of ancient Greek philosophers and mathematicians engaged in lively discourse.
The fresco depicts a gathering of ancient thinkers with Plato and Aristotle at the center, engaged in a debate about the nature of reality. Plato, pointing upwards, represents the realm of ideal forms, while Aristotle, with his hand outstretched towards the viewer, emphasizes the importance of empirical observation. Surrounding them are other luminaries of ancient Greece, including Pythagoras, Euclid, and Socrates, each engrossed in their own intellectual pursuits.
My composition is a masterpiece of perspective and spatial illusion. The figures are arranged in a grand architectural setting, inspired by Roman baths and basilicas, with receding arches and a vaulted ceiling that seems to expand the space beyond the confines of the wall.
Light streams in from the left, illuminating the scene and highlighting the central figures, drawing the viewer's eye into the heart of the intellectual discourse. The School of Athens is not merely a collection of portraits, it is a celebration of the human mind. Raphael captures the excitement of discovery, the thrill of intellectual debate, and the timeless pursuit of knowledge that defined the Renaissance. The fresco stands as a testament to the enduring legacy of classical antiquity and its profound influence on Western thought and culture. Titian Viculi, known simply as Titian, was a giant of Venetian painting whose career spanned much of the 16th century. Born in Pieve di Cadore, a small town in the Dolomites around 1488, Titian transformed the Venetian school of painting, moving away from the linear grace of his predecessors towards a more sensual and coloristic style. His paintings, often characterized by rich, glowing colors, dynamic compositions, and a masterful use of light and shadow, exude a sense of opulence, drama, and emotional intensity. Titian's rise to prominence began in Venice, a city renowned for its wealth, beauty, and love of luxury. He quickly established himself as a master of portraiture, capturing the likenesses of wealthy merchants, noblemen, and even emperors with astonishing realism and psychological insight. His portraits are not mere representations of outward appearance. They penetrate the surface, revealing the character and inner lives of his subjects. Titian's artistic range extended far beyond portraiture. He was equally adept at painting religious scenes, mythological subjects, and allegorical compositions, infusing each genre with his signature blend of sensuality, drama, and technical virtuosity. His paintings often feature sumptuous fabrics, glowing flesh tones, and landscapes that seem to shimmer with atmospheric light. He used color not just descriptively, but also emotionally, creating moods of joy, sorrow, ecstasy, or despair through his masterful manipulation of pigments. Titian's long and prolific career saw him become the most sought-after painter in Venice and beyond. He was the official painter of the Venetian Republic, and his fame spread throughout Europe, attracting commissions from kings, emperors, and popes. His late works, often characterized by a looser brushwork and a more expressive use of color, influenced generations of artists from Rubens and Velázquez to the Impressionists and beyond. Titian's legacy rests not only on the beauty and power of his individual works, but also on his revolutionary use of color and light. He moved away from the precise, linear style of earlier Renaissance painting, embracing a more painterly approach that emphasized the sensual qualities of paint and the expressive potential of color. His canvases seemed to pulse with life, their surfaces alive with brushstrokes that capture the fleeting effects of light and atmosphere. Titian's masterful use of color is evident in his portraits, where he used subtle variations in hue and saturation to model form, create depth, and convey the texture of fabrics, skin, and hair. He understood the emotional power of color, using warm reds and oranges to suggest passion and vitality, cool blues and greens to evoke tranquility or melancholy. Titian's innovative approach to light and color influenced generations of artists. His technique of layering translucent glazes over opaque underpainting, known as colorito, allowed him to create luminous effects and subtle gradations of tone that had never been seen before. This technique, which emphasized the interplay of light and color on the surface of the canvas, paved the way for the development of Baroque painting and the later explorations of Impressionism. Titian's art is a celebration of the senses, a testament to the beauty of the natural world and the richness of human experience. Sandro Botticelli, born Alessandro di Mariano di Vanni Filippi in Florence in 1445, stands out as a captivating figure in the Florentine Renaissance. While his contemporaries pursued anatomical precision, Botticelli enchanted viewers with lyrical lines, ethereal figures, and melancholic beauty.
My paintings, inspired by classical mythology, transported viewers to realms of idealized beauty and poetic imagination.
Botticelli trained under Fra Filippo Lippi, whose influence is evident in his early works. He soon developed his own style, marked by elongated figures, flowing drapery, and melancholic grace. Botticelli received prestigious commissions from wealthy patrons, including the Medici family. His work blends classical mythology, Christian piety, and humanist philosophy, fascinating viewers centuries later. No other painting embodies Botticelli's unique artistic vision as powerfully as The Birth of Venus. This iconic work, painted around 1482 to 1485, transcends its mythological subject matter to become an enduring symbol of beauty, grace, and the transformative power of art. The painting depicts the goddess Venus, born from the sea foam, arriving on the shore of Cyprus, standing gracefully on a giant scallop shell. She is blown towards land by Zephyr, the west wind, depicted as a winged figure embracing a nymph, symbolizing the arrival of spring. On the shore, a handmaiden waits to clothe the newly born goddess. The Birth of Venus is not just a visually stunning work of art, it's also a complex allegory, rich in symbolism and layered with meaning. Botticelli's masterpiece continues to inspire awe and wonder, its ethereal figures, delicate lines, and captivating compositions serving as a testament to the enduring power of artistic imagination. Donatello, born Donato di Niccolo di Beto Bardi in Florence in 1386, stands as a towering figure in the early Florentine Renaissance, a sculptor who revolutionized the art form and breathed new life into stone and bronze. His sculptures, imbued with a realism, emotional intensity, and dynamism that broke with medieval traditions, paved the way for the artistic breakthroughs of the High Renaissance. Donatello's early career unfolded in the shadow of the great Gothic cathedrals, where he learned the techniques of stone carving and absorbed the expressive potential of religious art. However, Donatello was not content to simply replicate the stylized forms of the past. Inspired by the rediscovery of classical sculpture, he sought to infuse his works with a new sense of naturalism, movement, and emotional depth. Donatello's groundbreaking sculpture of David, created around 1440, embodies this revolutionary spirit. Unlike earlier depictions of David as a triumphant giant slayer, Donatello portrays him as a young, almost adolescent boy standing naked and contemplative after his victory over Goliath. The sculpture, the first life-sized, freestanding, nude male statue since Antiquity, celebrates the beauty of the human form and captures the psychological complexity of the biblical hero. Donatello's artistic innovations extended beyond his mastery of the human form. He experimented with perspective, creating the illusion of depth and space in his relief sculptures, and he explored a wide range of emotions in his figures, from the ecstatic joy of his dancing angels to the profound grief of his Mary Magdalene. His sculptures, often imbued with a sense of drama and theatricality, transformed public spaces into stages for the contemplation of human experience. The Andrea del Verrocchio, born in Florence in 1435, was a true Renaissance man, excelling as a sculptor, painter, and goldsmith. However, his greatest contribution to art history may lie in his role as a teacher, running one of the most important art workshops in Florence. His bottega, a hub of artistic innovation and experimentation, nurtured the talents of some of the greatest artists of the High Renaissance, including Leonardo da Vinci, Sandro Botticelli, and Pietro Perugino. Verrocchio's workshop was more than just a place to learn the technical skills of painting and sculpture. It was a breeding ground for new ideas, where young artists were encouraged to study anatomy, experiment with perspective, and explore the expressive potential of light, color, and composition. Verrocchio himself was a master of observation and technical virtuosity, and he instilled these qualities in his students. Verrocchio's own artistic output was diverse and influential. His sculptures, such as the bronze statue of David and the equestrian monument to Bartolomeo Colleoni in Venice, combined technical brilliance with a keen understanding of human anatomy and a flair for dramatic composition. His paintings, though fewer in number, exhibit a delicate touch, luminous colors, and a mastery of perspective that influenced his students, particularly Leonardo da Vinci. Verrocchio's legacy as a teacher is immeasurable. His workshop played a pivotal role in shaping the course of Florentine art, nurturing the talents of the artists who would go on to define the High Renaissance. His emphasis on observation, technical mastery, and artistic experimentation created an environment where genius could flourish, leaving an enduring mark on the history of Western art. In Nuremberg, Albrecht Dürer forged his path as a true Renaissance man. Born in 1471, Dürer embodied intellectual curiosity and artistic innovation. A master painter, printmaker, and theorist, he bridged northern and southern traditions. Dürer's Nuremberg was a bustling center of trade and Gothic craftsmanship. He blended these influences with humanist ideals from his travels to Italy. This fusion makes Dürer's work compelling, reflecting meticulous detail and classical humanism. Dürer's impact on the art world extended far beyond his own prodigious output. He was a keen observer of the natural world, and his detailed studies of plants, animals, and landscapes influenced generations of artists, contributing to the development of botanical illustration and landscape painting. His theoretical writings on perspective, proportion, and human anatomy, informed by both his northern training and his studies of Italian Renaissance masters, helped to disseminate these ideas throughout Europe. Dürer's emphasis on observation and meticulous detail is evident in his iconic self-portraits. In these works, he presents himself not as a distant genius, but as a keen observer of his own humanity.
My self-portrait at the age of 28, now in the Prado Museum, is a masterpiece of psychological insight, capturing both my confidence and my vulnerability.
Dürer's influence on the development of printmaking cannot be overstated. He transformed woodcut and engraving, pushing the boundaries of these techniques to achieve unprecedented levels of detail and tonal variation. His prints, widely disseminated throughout Europe, brought his art to a wider audience, influencing artists and shaping popular taste. Albrecht Dürer's legacy is multifaceted and enduring. He was a master craftsman, a keen observer of nature, a humanist scholar, and a visionary artist who bridged the artistic traditions of North and South. His prints, paintings, and theoretical writings helped to shape the course of Western art, and his influence continues to be felt centuries later in the work of artists who strive for technical brilliance, intellectual rigor, and a deep connection with the natural world. As we've journeyed through the Italian and Northern Renaissances, we've encountered a constellation of brilliant minds: Leonardo, Michelangelo, Raphael, Titian, Botticelli, Donatello, Verrocchio, and Dürer. These masters redefined art and left an indelible mark on Western culture. Their innovations were expressions of a profound shift in how humanity viewed itself and the world. Imagine stepping back into time and walking through the halls of the Vatican, gazing up at Michelangelo's awe-inspiring frescoes on the Sistine Chapel ceiling. Picture yourself in the Louvre, mesmerized by the enigmatic smile of Leonardo's Mona Lisa. These masterpieces are living testaments to the power of human creativity, transcending time and cultural boundaries. For more insightful content on art history and the Renaissance, please subscribe to our channel.